It's the Chartographers.
You're listening to the Chartographers Happy Hour Minisode, music-loving podcast ranking. It's what we do. So, guys, listen. It is me, Evan Zadi. It is co-creator Taryn O'Reilly. It is a very special, wonderful guest, Nia O'Reilly Mendez.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So we just ranked all of the Stevie Wonder albums, which is kind of crazy. And
well, not all of them.
Well, okay, the peak era ones, 1970, 1987, still feels like all of them, except for the other ones. Exactly. So the biggest thing we want to do is the Happy Hour Minisode, whatever we want to talk about, free, loose, casual. So let's talk about the thing we talk about at the start of every Happy Hour Minisode, which is, guys, what's the worst Stevie Wonder song?
Moments aren't moments until they are moments. What the fuck? I was like, stop everything.
Come on. Stevie, no. You're right.
Worst lyrics. Like, as we've discussed, like, he can be very goofy and he can be very, like, straightforward, blah, 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 not always poetic, but, like, that song really... And it's Dionne Warwick is singing it. Or do they both sing it? She's the main singer of it. Anyway.
Right.
It's on the terrible Woman in Red.
It
soundtrack.
is,
Oh, that's
it
solo
is solo.
Diane,
It
yeah.
is solo Dionne Warwick.
Yeah.
So,
It's so bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, it's Don't Drive Drunk off that same album, as we discussed prior in great, wonderful detail.
yeah. No, Don't Drive Drunk is the obvious answer.
Yeah.
I have to bring up, I want to talk to you again. It's so, like, is it goofy? Yes, but also it's, like, literally the kind of thing where you're like, why am I listening to this? Why is this on? Why, Stevie? Why?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a conversation, right, between a black guy and an old white guy, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So, like, he does stuff like that, political and racial discourse and whatnot.
He's
but,
done
like,
it better.
Yes, he has done it much better.
Much better, yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Those are all bad. They're all bad songs.
So we didn't get to talk about it because of the error we decided to do, but My Sherry Amore.
Yeah, so that album has some weird song choices on it.
Yeah. Including your favorite one from a musical.
Why? It does Hello Young Lovers, which is from The King and I.
Uh-huh.
When I saw the track list before I listened to it, I was like, that can't be what I think it is.
Nope!
But it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really... I mean, I don't know. Doesn't that seem like a weird choice?
It's such a weird choice, but also... There's a Jackson 5 recording of Corner of the Sky from Pippin. So, like, that was just a thing that Motown did, you know. They're such, like, a covers, a re-recording it until it's a hit machine that, you know, if they could get the rights to something, they did.
Yeah.
He also does At Last on that album, and I actually really like that version of At Last. It's very, like... Stevie. It's very upbeat, early Stevie. I thought it was fun.
I remembered the song that I was reading about that had been done by like 8 other Motown artists. It wasn't off of Signed, Sealed, Delivered. It was For Once in My Life.
Oh.
He was one of the last people to record it, and then they retired that because his version of it was such a hit. And all the other versions of it were apparently ballads, which is part of why his was so impactful and so popular. My Sherry Amore, fucking beautiful song. So when I was in the Wisconsin Singers in college for a time, this was a touring show choir through UW-Madison. So we did a medley, and we started with You Are the Sunshine of My Life. We did My Sherry Amore. We did Sir Duke and I Wish. And I think I Just Called to Say I Love You is what we finished with, which is, yeah.
I just called.
Yeah.
It's historic. Yeah.
So, on that note. But it was just really fun to actually get a chance to perform those songs, though none of them ended up being my, like, favorite Stevie Wonder songs, but that still, I have a very personal connection with all of those.
There's another early song, I don't remember what album it's on, but like one of my other favorite early Stevie songs is I Was Made to Love Her.
Yeah.
That is like a short, like, just bang of a song.
So that actually is funny because that's a connection to another artist we did this season. Whitney Houston covers that I Was Made to Love Him But it's a cover of Shaka Khan's cover of Stevie Wonder. She's done like 3 or 4 Shaka Khan songs.
Right. But honestly, Shaka Khan is a weird nexus for us too, because especially I Feel You, the one Shaka Khan, everybody Shaka Khan. That one, then it breaks into the whole actual song itself, which was a Prince cover, circling back. But harmonica on that is Stevie, of course, as well. You know, because he winds up doing a lot of things. Also, the thing I couldn't believe when I was just randomly poking around earlier in the discography, Never Dreamed You'd Leave in Summer. Guess who covered that song? The group that does nothing but cover other people's songs, Three Dog Night. They did that all on their album cuts too, because
that was covered by a lot of people. Phil Collins covered that, and then Lauryn Hill's it's a sample in a Common song. That's actually the first place I had heard it.
Speaking of samples,
oh, that's right. Yes.
So I mean, Stevie Wonder is probably. I think we can just say Stevie Wonder's the most sampled artist, because especially songs in the Key of Life, there's like 6 or 7 songs on there that have been sampled.
Wild West.
Well,
yeah. Oh my God! I played that for Taryn yesterday. The look of disgust on his face.
Was furious. I was
Wild West, Jim West, Desperado.
I know that was one that I had like blocked out. I had forgotten. Like, obviously, I remember when that song broke because it was huge.
Yeah.
But
it's strange.
I haven't listened to it since the 90s.
Really? Because I listened to it a lot. I usually listen to it. Like, usually when I'm listening to something, it's Wild Wild West.
Also, obviously, Pastime Paradise became Gangster's Paradise. Love's in Need of Love Today was just sampled on Jay-Z's last album last year.
That's right.
The song that he did about his mother's coming out, which I loved. I thought it was a beautiful use. He actually, like, sort of chopped and screwed the hummed opening.
Cool.
And then, I mean, there's so many.
And aside from all the people who've done covers of it throughout, You're the Sunshine of My Life, of course, being, chief among them.
What's the riff that Usher uses for Lil Freak?
Oh, that's Living in the City.
Living in the City, is it?
Yeah, because... Which then has, of course, that Mickey verse that, everyone loves. Excuse me, little mama, you could say that I'm on duty. You're just a little cutie with the children.
You're like the only person who knows
the whole thing.
Actually, do you know the whole thing?
I do not know.
Okay.
I just remember the part when she starts naming reindeer. I got that Dasher Dancer Cupid. Donna Blitzen. Hotter than 100
Lists
degrees.
in songs are one of my favorite things to hate. Like, anytime there's a list or
Monday,
a spelling.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because there aren't 8 days.
No.
Yeah. And of course,
so you also hate Gwen Stefani.
One of my friends in high school was like, I always just like to think that they party twice as hard on Saturday. And I was like, you are giving will.i.am so much credit right now. So much undeserved credit.
So yeah, there's a Prince song where they spell. I swear it's a Prince song, but it's a woman singing. Maybe
there's a lot of those
where they spell for so long that you're just like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you gonna spell all the words to a song?
you lose track of what they're spelling because they just keep throwing out letters.
It's like an SNL sketch. You're like, I'm not in front of a pen and paper. Like, I can't write this down as you're doing it and actually remember what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anecdotes. Here's one.
Okay.
When I saw him do the Songs of the Key of Life
because it was
tour,
a tour he did where he just did that album straight through.
Well, so, yes. He did that album straight through, and then he also, of course, did a million other fun things, like his DJ Tick Tick Boom nonsense. But my favorite moment was the woman next to me. So he, of course, has a setup, and he plays a million instruments, and he plays them live, and he gets led in by someone, and then he walks around the stage by himself.
Oh.
And, like, of course he does, right?
Yeah.
Like, blind people...
He's been blind his whole life. He knows
surroundings.
exactly,
I'm sure that they have to, like, very, very meticulously set up the stage every night.
They measure it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the woman next to me was so freaked out. And every time he would switch stations, she'd go, "Oh no."
Oh.
She'd go,
Oh no.
"Stevie, where are you going? Where are you going, Stevie?" Every time. She thought he was going to just like walk over the edge. It was so fucking funny.
That's amazing.
She killed me.
Okay, now I don't want to bring up bad things there, but because it's Stevie Wonder and because he's had the discography that he's had, let's just dive into it. Ebony and Ivory. That's a song that happened. We all during Paul McCartney's experiment and play around with various other pop superstar era.
This is such a hard thing because like if Stevie Wonder had died, like, none of this would have happened, and you'd just be like, Stevie Wonder's the best. And now it's like,
because that legacy's gone on for so long.
Part of you has to be like, Stevie Wonder's the best, asterisk, I guess, because later he's not the best. Or, like, what's that High Fidelity quote where they're like, should he be forgiven for his latter-day sins? But, like, it's like separate, you just have to think of it like separate artists. Or at least that's kind of what I do.
I mean, for me, it's not that difficult because artists often get less interesting as they age. It's just an unfortunate truth. And so, just because he stopped putting out good albums, it doesn't diminish how incredible and how influential he was out the gate,
Yeah. It's painful, though.
It's a little hard,
because you're like, I know what you're capable of. Or I know what you were capable. I know, like trends happen, music changes, blah, blah, blah. But
also, I feel like there was such, when he was in his, like, peak, his classic era, 71 through 76, he had such a specific sense of melody. He did a lot of just, like, walking up and down the scale, lots of, like, half steps. And, like, the melody would go up and then it would gently come back down. Or the opposite, like, it would be a nice little swoop. And it was just so distinct. Like, you could hear, even taken out of the arrangements, you could hear it was very much a Stevie Wonder written song. Mm-hmm. And then he sort of loses that. Even Life of Plants aside, like, Hotter Than July is so much better than everything else he put out in the 80s. Yes. But it already is losing that Stevie Wonder distinctiveness a little bit. I think part of it, too, though, is that we're listening to this, obviously, with 2018 ears, and we can't unhear the influence that he had in the decades following. And so part of why I think the 80s albums sound so generic is because his work in the 70s was so radical that it completely shifted where pop music went. Mm-hmm. And when there were all those like intricate little synth lines that everybody had by the time 1984 rolled around, that was influenced by Stevie Wonder. He helped make that happen. So when he's using it then in 1984, it sounds like everything else that came out that year, instead of being this standalone magnum opus because everyone jumped onto the trends that he set, if that makes sense.
That's a very interesting theory. I think that's probably right, but also it's boring music.
Well, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, because then everyone else is doing it, and so he's just sort of adopting what's around him, and he's not pushing the envelope anymore. He's just making 80s pop, which I think is also why the 80s were his most commercially successful period. He had his longest running number ones were during the 80s. His like highest selling, like certified platinum singles specifically, not albums necessarily, but his highest charting, most successful singles were in the 80s, which is really frustrating to know at this point because you listen to them and you're like, these songs are such shit. Like, that's the thing. Knocks Me Off My Feet and I Just Called to Say I Love You come from the same place, but I Just Called to Say I Love You
is pap.
It's such saccharine bullshit, and it's partially because he just doesn't sound like he believes in it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, so
especially when he's a robot.
I once watched this documentary about Queen, And a lot of it was about how Queen really wanted commercial success. They were like, that was their thing. They wanted to make money. They wanted to be popular. They weren't like so many other artists who are like, no, it's about my craft.
Vision, yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things that they often did, and I think about this all the time, is they would be like, what's a common phrase? Put it in a song. That song will become a hit, right? So like, Another One Bites the Dust is always the one that we use, my husband and I use as an example of like, that was just a phrase. They made a song. Now everyone thinks of that song when anyone said, in fact, probably more people think of the song than the phrase now. But like, I feel like I Just Called to Say I Love You is that. It's that thing. Because it's just a bullshit song. It's like, somebody gave him like an 8th grade writing challenge. It was like, write a song about this phrase that you would say on the phone to someone and involve all of the holidays. And he was like,
done.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about right. For me, that one common phrase that comes to mind for me, because I frequently find myself saying, how come every time you come around my London bridge want to go down? My London, anyway. So the other thing I wanted to say, though, was one of the songwriters on Songs in the Key of Life is Michael Zambello, who's a keyboardist, and apparently was one of Stevie's guys at the time, too. We just finished, before we started doing anything...
I thought he was the guitarist.
Michael Zambello? No, he was the...
Or wasn't that the guy with the pasta in his hair?
Yes. I thought he was the keyboardist.
I thought he was the lead guitarist.
Oh, okay.
He's like, who's doing all of that shit on Contusion?
Well, fun little story. We watched the Classic Albums documentary, or at least parts of it, before we were taped today, which was actually cool because they brought together all the Songs in the Key of Life crew, all the original players, because they wanted to try and recreate some of the songs.
Yeah, and like some of them Stevie hadn't seen in 25 years, since they were recording this artist. So it was it was like a family reunion, sort of like, I didn't know you were going to be here, that sort of thing.
And Taryn was actually surprised when they're doing Sir Duke, like the horn section was 2 trumpets and 2 saxes, and that was it. Because you think like it's a much more fully embellished horn group. But
when you hear, when I hear a horn section, I just kind of assume that there's a trombone in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, if there are trumpets and saxes, you have a trombone to fill out the sound. And so obviously it didn't, it's not a detriment, but it was just interesting.
Yeah. But Michael Zambello had the weirdest story to tell about Saturn, which we didn't really talk about on Songs of the Key of Life. It's fine. It's a song. I don't personally love it myself.
It's perfectly nice.
But what the fuck is going on with Michael Zambello?
So apparently,
who's white?
Right.
Apparently, when Stevie wrote it, it was going back to Saginaw, Michigan, and Mike was like listening to it in his car, like on a tape, and like misheard it and thought he was saying Saturn, and so like wrote new versions of the lyrics to like help fit that. And then Stevie like also then wrote more to like turn Saturn into this like spiritual place that we can all go back to. Yeah, like a Shangri-La sort of thing.
Great.
And while they were talking about that, they're like sitting next to each other at the piano, and Mike Zambello starts talking about how he was like the original Pastafarian because he wasn't black, so he couldn't be a Rastafarian. And see, there are literal pieces of pasta woven into my braids. Feel, Stevie. And then Stevie like takes one of the pieces of pasta that's attached to this man's head,
so they really were in there,
and starts like just speaking gibberish.
Like, no. He tells him to speak to the people of Saturn and like a little necklace he has.
He's like, speak to the people of Saturn. They're on this pasta. And then so Stevie starts like sending them a message. And
hey, how are you doing?
Like, how you doing on Saturn? And then he's like, no, speak in their language. And Stevie's like, oh right. And we
were watching it like,
what the fuck is going on?
Like, Stevie Wonder loves a good joke. Like, he frequently does, like, when he's at award shows, he's, like, doing, like, Album of the Year or something, just like, I'm the only person that can read this envelope, and it's, like, funny, like, I get it, Stevie, like, he knows how it plays well. But then, like, even when he was making fun of James Corden during that Carpool Karaoke recently, too.
Oh my god, that was so funny. James Corden was like, can you teach me how to play harmonica? And Stevie was like, put that away. Never play harmonica. Like, no, you're not allowed to. Like, no, like...
He's a goof.
Yeah.
He is.
I
yeah.
love
Well,
it.
he also, at the beginning of that segment, was sitting in the driver's seat, and James was like, I'm really uncomfortable about this, and Stevie's like, no, I got you.
Well,
So-
he, like, when I saw him play, it was like he did something in the key of life, and you're like, yes, that was so amazing, he's so cool. And then he just becomes like your embarrassing uncle.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh no, alright,
Yeah.
well, fine.
I mean, he's blind, so, like, whatever, who cares what your hair looks like? But also, since the 80s, he has had a huge bald spot and dreads. And so his hair just kind of keeps disappearing more and more. So,
Is
like,
that considered a bald spot?
Yeah.
When
You
it's-
mean
Or you
the,
just
the
bald.
receding?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
receding, his
Yeah.
whole, he's...
Except it's receded across the entirety.
So
of the
now,
Yeah.
right now, it's just, like, not even on the sides anymore. It's
Yeah.
just, like, a small patch of hair on the back of his skull,
Yeah,
and
with braids.
that are braided.
Yeah.
And so he just has, like, this little, like, rat tail situation
Yeah.
happening.
But it
it's very
works, yeah.
He
interesting.
can do whatever he wants.
It's true. I mean, that's the thing. He can do literally whatever he wants. He's Stevie fucking Wonder.
Yeah.
Well, Nia, do you have any last minute stories or anything else like that you want to share?
Oh
Thoughts,
my
ideas?
gosh,
Uptight.
yeah. There's so many great songs.
He wrote that one too.
It's just crazy. It's so crazy that he started so
When
early
he was 12.
and has like made this catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of what he made that was amazing was what before he turned 30 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. But, like,
What?
even when we were talking about songs in the key of life, I'm just like, think about any one of these songs. Anyone else would have, like, given their life away to, like, have that one song, that one
Right.
hit to be there. But Stevie had several of them.
Yeah, that's
You know,
the thing
he-
is, like,
yeah.
you take one song out of Songs in the Key of Life and you put that on someone else's album, they have a hit with it, that's their whole
Career.
Yeah.
whole career. That's their whole, like, legacy. But Stevie Wonder has, like, 4 full albums of those. It's insane.
It's almost like
Cheating.
it's like incomprehensible. Like you can't, like you'll be like, oh, but Sir Duke. Oh, but As. Oh, but like you can't take it all in. Like
Yeah.
looking at all of the names of the songs in front of you, it's impossible to comprehend.
But
It's
even
amazing.
in 2015 or so, when you saw him live, it was still...
He was fantastic. I have to say, it was. You never know with those shows.
Right, you
Yeah.
genuinely
never know.
don't. You really don't, yeah.
Because the thing is, even performers, when you're getting into that age range, even performers who are still, like, consistent can have a very bad night.
Yeah, or
And-
like I've seen so many. I used to work at a venue for a long time, and I've seen so many shows where they are doing the songs and they fucking hate it, and you're
Yeah.
just like,
Guys,
dude, come on!
yeah.
Like people love this song; it means something to them. They paid money to see you play. Like this made your career. Like
Try to
suck
give a
it
shit.
up and like
Yeah.
have a good time.
I know it's the 800th time we've played it this year, but still.
But like a lot of people have way worse jobs, so
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah.
But like he works with such incredible people, and he really brings young people up, which is cool. Like
Mhm.
he has so many backup singers, and he talks about each one of them and like what they do, and like not just like introducing them, but like she's an amazing singer and she performs with these people or whatever. And he seems very. I mean, I don't know him personally, obviously, but like he seems very loving and like
Mhm.
just like he's having a great time.
Well, he hasn't put out an album since 2005, but he's still absolutely active.
Yeah.
You know, he recorded a song with Ariana Grande for Sing. He, co-wrote a couple songs with Janelle Monáe for her album she put out this
Yeah.
year. Like, he's still
Still
absolutely, like,
Yeah.
definitely
That was a
willing
good
to
choice.
work with
Mm-hmm.
these new artists and, like, help give them some credibility and help
Yeah.
boost them.
But
you
also
know?
on the Sing soundtrack, Tori Kelly doing "Don't Worry About a Thing."
No
So
one cares about Tori Kelly.
Except her hair, which is really good.
Right.
Really good.
Yes.
True, that's the best thing. Tori, and listen, if you don't know where Tori Kelly is performing, watch whatever the recent award show
You'll
is
see
that's
her
going
on
on.
an award show. She's putting out a new album, which means you will see her on every award show for the next year.
It's so funny.
Yeah, don't
all right.
know her. We cannot finish this talking about Tori Kelly.
I agree.
Yeah.
How about, like,
Yeah.
everybody just say a song that they love or something like that? We need to talk about something else.
did anyone else? I identified my all-time favorite Stevie Wonder song. Knocks Me Off My Feet. Yours was Signed, Sealed, Delivered,
It was?
obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Stevie Wonder song?
Land of
Evan?
Lala, without question. Honestly, yeah. Now, honestly, I had so many joys this week. For me, it's just so recent, so I'm just gonna say it for now as a placeholder. But maybe your baby.
Oh,
That just like
yeah.
that was the great thing about when you do these research weeks, like the discography, but then there's those other songs that just like punch through and just like surprise you, and just like getting in that thick, dirty groove just made me so happy. It was just really, really fun. So that's at least the most recent one. If I had more time, I'd come up with real examples, but that's pretty good.
Good job choosing.
Yeah, that and Black Orchid off of Secret Life of Plants. I'm kidding, I don't remember what that sounds like.
It's a song. There are a couple actual songs on there. Incredible. And then there's I Know Sono, which is just like Japanese school children.
There's a lot
like
of talking.
scream singing.
Yeah.
What's the one where there's just like a chat, like, and then blah blah blah, like someone telling a story at the beginning.
Anywho, but hey, Stevie, you write great songs for Michael Jackson. You wrote great songs for Whitney Houston. They've covered your other songs too. You're an all-timer. If you happen to hear this podcast, just know we're fans. We just want to let you know that.
Huge
and if you
fans.
want to correct us on any of our rankings, let us know at thechartographers@gmail.com.
Hey, Stevie, let us know what your ranking is.
I would actually
What's
be
your
so
favorite
curious
album?
about it. I mean, in interviews, he's frequently said how Songs of the Key of Life was his magnum opus. I'm just wondering about the rest.
So I read a quote of him talking about The Secret Life of Plants, and he was basically like, it was an experiment for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wasn't trying to be like, no, it was great. Like, he was like, this was something new.
Yeah.
You know, I had fun with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good attitude.
That's a great attitude for that album.
Well, I think that makes sense that was his feeling about it, because Hotter Than July was such a
course
whiplash
correction.
180 to like, I know you guys were like concerned that it took 3 years for me to put out Secret Life of Plants, but no, I still got this.
Yeah.
All I Do might also be in my conversation about like greatest
Really
Stevie songs.
good.
I really like that. But hey, listen, we want to know what you think. That's really the biggest thing. Find us on our Facebook page, because people post lists there of their rankings all the time. We love it when that happens, and very frequently we respond. Sometimes with anger, not always. But let us know what you think. I'd be curious what you think about this era, and also what is your favorite album outside of this. If you've heard Conversation Piece and think it's worthwhile, let us know. I'd be really curious.
No one thinks it's worth it.
Or find us on Twitter. That's always good too. Or, of course, leave us your review in iTunes. That's always a big help for us as well. Or Stitcher, or any of the other places that we are. In the meantime, though, Nia, truly, thank you. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much for having me. What a delight.
And the thing is that, like, I mean, you've already had success with your band. You've toured with other groups as well, like Lake Street Dive, people that we love and care about. But I hope that because of the sheer popularity of this podcast, you come out of this and you become another star. That's what I hope for. That's really sweet. Exactly. In the meantime,
we barely did any song title puns this
I
episode,
know!
which is kind of incredible.
There's too much to say.
Yeah.
And for me, Taryn, you know my feelings. I believe when we fall in love with you, we'll be forever.
Mm-hmm.
Should I leave?
Probably. In the meantime, thanks so much for listening, guys. Keep on listening. You know that we'll be good. Bye!
Moments aren't moments until they are moments.